guys, so today's video is going to be yet another lookbook. So this is the start of another lookbook, so I hope you guys enjoy the look. So I'm going to see Indiana Jones tonight, so I wanted to do something a little bit more colorful. I'm wearing my Doctor Who shirt and I'm wearing my Star Wars palette, but I'm going to see Indiana Jones. Different fandoms, but it's fine. So I primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer and my Dewdrop lip oil. And then I set my eyes with my Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then I wanted to use the Star Wars palette by ColourPop today because it has Han Solo on it. And we're going to see Indiana Jones. So that's why I used this palette. And also I haven't used it in a little while. So I went in with this guy. And I mostly did something similar to the look that I did for Comic-Con. I definitely did not film that look though because I had to be up super early that morning. So for the crease, I just combined Starfighter and Loyalty, and I just threw that in my crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Rebellion, and then I used a different shade on the outer corners from another palette. But then for the lid, I used the shade Jedi Knight, and it's such a stunning, like, super vibrant blue. I love that shade. And then I put Kessel Rum on the inner part of the lower lash line because that's like one of my favorite silvers that I own, and ColourPop kills it with silvers. Like, even people that don't really love their eyeshadows, they say they always do good silvers, and their silvers are beautiful. They're like my favorite silvers in my whole collection. And then for the lower lash line, I just went in with the shade First Mate just to have a little bit of definition and to smudge something underneath. I was going to go back in with Rebellion, but I was like, I kind of wanted to use something a little different. And I really like how that turned out. And then for my outer corners and my inner corners, I used the ColourPop So Jaded palette by Kathleen Lights. Well, the ColourPop and Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. I just wanted to whip this out again and use like a shade or two. So I used the shade Sapphire on the outer corners. And then I used Aquamarine on the inner corners. And that was absolutely perfect because this Aquamarine shade is like so similar to the color of my shirt. And I just wanted to use a dark blue on the outer corners rather than a black or a brown. And I really love how it turned out. This palette is so big. Like, it's a little bit annoying sometimes, but it's actually a very slim palette to be 30 shades for 30 shades, and I really want to use this again at some point, so I might just keep it to the side for now. And then I just primed my face with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer and my the Do It spray. And then for my foundation, I use the YSL All Hours foundation in the shade B10 Porcelain. Just wanted to use that today. And then for my concealer, I just used my tried and true Tarte C Powerflex concealer in the shade 8S Porcelain Sand. And then I just set my under eyes with my Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with my Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my liner and everything, I don't even know where I put it. I didn't just put it back where it was. I don't know where I put it. Where the heck is it? I used the, okay, I don't even know where I put it, but I used the ColourPop cream, oh, it's right here, it's right next to me. The ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Outer Space. Fucking hell. And then I used the Essence Lash Primer to prime my lashes, and then for my mascara, I used the Give by Gwen Stefani Can't Stop Staring mascara, of course, it's my favorite. And then I used the Maybelline Lash Discovery, of course, on the bottom lashes. And then for my bronzer, I used the Haus Labs bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. I just wanted to use it. This is the Power Sculpt Matte Bronzer. And then for my blush, I wanted to use the Giorgio Armani blush. This one is almost just too orange for this look, but I like just got away with it because it's orangey, but not too orange where it's like too orange for this look, if that makes any sense. But how many times can I say orange? I don't know, but just so you know, it's orange. But I haven't used this since California, so I wanted to use it today. I haven't used it since like the beginning of June, so that's like a while. And then for my highlight, I wanted to go in with this guy. I haven't used this in a while either. This is the Lime Crime highlighting palette in the Mermaids highlighting palette, Mermaids palette. And I just combined the two shades, Pearl and Mermaid, and I just put them on together, and it just looks so pretty. It's like a bluish white, and I love it. That's exactly what I wanted. This shade is not here anymore because it started crumbling in the pan, and then it just fell out one day, and then I just could not save it. But honestly, I didn't even really like that shade as much as these two. The purple shade was never as vibrant and iridescent as the blue and the white, so it's not really that big of a loss. It's so funny that that was my least favorite shade, and that's the one that I lost. And then I just set my face with my Milk Makeup setting spray, and then I just used my e.l.f. Wow Brow in my brows, and then I just used the Half Magic Beauty lip liner, and I used the shade Ballerino, so I just used the lighter nude. And then for my lips, I went in with a new lippy today because I picked up 2 products from Ulta from the brand About Face by Halsey, and this is the matte painted lip color in the shade Slumber. So I wanted to wear that today because I picked it up like 2 days ago, but I haven't worn it yet. So I think it's a perfect shade to go with my crease. So yeah, that's it. Can't wait to see Indiana Jones. I don't know if I said that that's what I was doing, but yes, I did because I showed you Harrison Ford. So yeah, I'm super excited to see it. So bye. Okay, so hey guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I ended up just staying home today because my boyfriend was too... It was too hot to see him, is what I meant to say. Because it's like over 90 degrees today, so I just ended up staying home. I just ran a couple of errands and I just filmed a video, so now I am ready to just sit down and relax. So I primed my eyes with my ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then of course use my Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then set my eyes with my ColourPop Party Fresh Powder. And then I decided to go in with the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette today, because I haven't used it in a while, and I kind of saw it in my drawer, and I was like, ooh, I should use this today. So I just used some of the neutral shades in here. So I used the shades Simplicity in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Barely There, and then I used Naturally right on the outer corners, and then I used the shade Raw, and I put that all over my lid. It's like a really beautiful, like coppery, shiny shade. It's just so beautiful. And then I put the shade Naked Eye on my inner corners. That's like my favorite shade in the palette. It's just such a super sparkly inner corner highlight, and it's so pretty. And then I just smudged Barely There on the lower lash line. And that's everything I used from the palette. But I was like, you know what? I should use this because I haven't used it in like a while. And I am getting a bit of that oiliness happening like right around this area. That can happen with some of their palettes. So, but I've had this since February, and it's not like that much of an issue or anything. It's not like it damages any of the shadows, but I'm just making a comment about it. And then I just, of course, put Blanc Type on the brow bone. And then I just used my LA Gold brown liner, of course, in my waterline. And then I just used my ColourPop Act Natural mascara. What else is new? And then I just used my Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my primer, I just used the the Do It spray. And then I used the Say Star Glow Super Gel primer. And then for my face, I decided to use this guy, and I think it's still okay for me to use this. It's not irritating my skin or anything. It just smells a little weird, but when I put it on, it goes away. So I decided to use the Becca Light Shifter Dewing Tint in the shade Luminary 1. Who remembers this? I used to use this a lot, but I just wanted to use something really lightweight and easy today because, again, it is so hot. So I just used that. And then for my concealer, I used the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. I love this concealer in the shade 0.5. I wanted to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but I still can't get the new one open. I just could not be bothered. It was annoying the crap out of me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to use this. And then, of course, I just set my face with my Pretty Fresh powder, and I used the Rare Beauty powder underneath my eyes. And then for my bronzer, I just used my ColourPop matte bronzer in the shade Alviva Beach. I use this all the time. And then for my blush, I wanted to go in with the About Face blush again. So I just used that because I wanted to get a little bit more use out of it in the shade Raunchy. And I think this is a really nice, easy cream blush. I really like how it performs, and it looks good on the cheeks, so I just used that. And then for my highlighter, I just decided to go in with the ColourPop Super Shock because I had to go pick up my spot cleaner today because I realized that I was completely out of it last night. And I didn't pick it up at Ulta a couple of days ago when I was home on Sunday because I didn't realize that I didn't have any more, but also like then I wasn't able to clean my other brushes last night because like if I clean my face brushes, they sometimes don't dry or they're not completely dry by the next day by the time I want to put makeup on. But I did wash my eye brushes last night because those dry a lot faster. So I just went in with the ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Flexitarian. It's one of the best. It's just super beautiful and shiny. And then I can just go in with my fingers. And I've been wanting to use it for a while anyway, so I just decided to use that. And then I just set my face with my Milk Makeup Setting Spray. No, the Do It Spray. We don't need the milk one today. And then I just set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Blush Gel. And then for the gloss, I just went in with a gloss today. I didn't feel like wearing a lipstick. So I went in with the Kaja Gloss Shot in the shade Milk Tea. And it's just such an easy gloss. It's not like sticky or goopy whatsoever. It's just like so easy to wear. And it just feels like you're wearing nothing on the lips. And it just gives the lips like the prettiest shine. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to go lay down now. So bye. Okay, so hey guys, I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I just needed to take it off after I got back from work because I worked an 8-hour shift, which is like probably the longest shift that I've worked in a while, even though I was off from work for like almost a week and a half because I just collect unemployment. So I don't really have to work that much, but just getting home at 8:30, working 12 to 8:30, I was just really tired when I got back home. So I don't have to explain why I took my makeup off, but I'm telling you guys anyway. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer and of course Dewdrop lip oil. And then I just set my eyes with my Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my eyeshadow, I went in with the Nomad Okavango Safari palette again. I haven't used this in a couple of days, but I wanted to use it today just because I wanted to do a neutral look for work today. I didn't want to do anything too crazy. So I just went in with the same few browns that I usually use in this palette. So I used the shade Elusive Leopards in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Pack of Wild Dogs. And then I used Honking Hippos on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I wanted to use the orangey shimmer again. So I used the shade Roaring Lions. And honestly, it's already getting like some hard pan in this one. This one was kind of difficult to pick up today. It still looked pretty, but honestly, like these are probably the most hard pressed Nomad shimmers that I own. Like they're just not very easy to pick up. They're very like gritty when you pick them up, but they're pretty on the eyes. But I definitely think the Verona and the Royal Europe palettes perform way better than these shimmers do in this one. But it's still a nice palette. I still like using it. I still really like the looks that come out of it. And then I just popped on Leaping Leeches on the inner corners. And that's all I used from the palette today. I didn't really want to use that many shades. So yeah, it was a pretty look. It's just a little bit difficult to pick these shades up sometimes. But I have no issues with the mattes anymore. Like the mattes blend pretty easily. So... and then I just put on, of course, Blanc Type on the brow bone by MAC. And then for my waterline, I just used my go-to liner from Makeup by Mario. I don't know where the brown one is right now. If I want to take apart the whole thing, I just used the brown one of the Makeup by Mario liner. I just don't know where it is right now, and I feel like all my stuff is going to fall out if I try to find it. So, then of course I just primed my lashes with the Essence Lash Primer, and then I decided to go in with a sample mascara that I have. So this is the Chanel Le Volume de Chanel mascara, and what's so funny is that my mom literally gets this as a sample every time she orders her Chanel brow pencil, because that's the only brow pencil she uses. She doesn't like the Anastasia one. I think me and my mom tried to convince her. I mean, me and my sister, not me and my mom, of course. I'm talking about my mom. Me and my sister tried to convince her to get the Anastasia one, but she likes the Chanel one more. So this always comes as a free sample every time she orders it, because she orders it from the Chanel website. Um, and I just primed my face with the Do It spray from Fourth Rate Beauty and the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Power Grip Primer. I always forget the name. And then for my foundation, I decided to go in with a foundation that I don't really use too often anymore. I don't know why. I think ever since I got the Valentino one, I just reached for that one so much more than this one. But now I'm going to make it my business to try and use this more, because this one has actually lasted longer in my collection than the Valentino. I feel like the Valentino one is kind of going off, but it does say it expires in May or June. Like, it actually gives a date on the packaging of the Valentino one. But this one I've had longer, and this one is still perfectly fine. It looked really beautiful on the skin. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in the shade Light 1. I hope Auntie Pat, releases a new foundation and concealer at some point. I don't know why she hasn't. This foundation has been around for like 3 years at this point. Like, she needs to launch a new foundation. Like, what are we doing, girl? But like, stop releasing like boring ass quads. And I'm glad she released bronzers this year. I really, really am. But she needs a different foundation. But this foundation is really, really good. And then I use the coinciding concealer, and I don't talk about this concealer enough. It really is a great concealer. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade L1. This is like the only other high-end concealer besides the Tarte one and the LYS one that I really love. Like, this is really the only luxury concealer that I have in my collection that I really do love. It's a great concealer. I recommend this to everybody. And then I just set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish powder. So I wanted to do a Pat McGrath Labs face today because I just don't do it often enough. And then I set my face with my Urban Decay powder, like I said, the Stay Naked one. And then I don't think I have actually used my Pat McGrath Labs bronzer yet with my Pat McGrath Labs foundation. So I had to use the bronzer today. So I just can't believe I didn't do that. So this is the, obviously the shade, the Skin Fetish Divine Bronzer in the shade Naked Desire. Sorry, it's very, very late and I'm tired. Well, it's like 12:50. It's not that late, but anyway, so yeah, I can't believe I finally actually did that. And then I probably should have saved this blush for Sunday because I was going to wear the Haus Labs foundation then, but I can never get enough of this blush. I think this is my most used blush of the whole year so far. I love this blush so much. So this is the Haus Labs Color Fused Blush in the shade Pomelo Peach. I can never get enough of this shade. I love it so much. I kind of want her new shade too, the shade Lavender Haze, but I already have two of these. I have this one and Hibiscus Haze. I really don't need another one, or maybe it's Lavender Dream or something like that. But I absolutely love this blush, so I just wanted to use it again today because it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite blush that's come out this entire year. And then, well, it is because I've used it the most. I need to stop rambling. And then for my highlight, I decided to go in with the Half Magic Beauty one again because I actually haven't worn this one to work yet, so I decided to wear it today. So this is the Light Trap Duochrome Glow Powder in the shade Enter the Glow, and y'all know how much I love this highlighter so far. It is beautiful. So this is the third time that I've used it, I think in the past like 2 weeks since I've gotten it. So it's beautiful. I love it. And then I just set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I just set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow, and then I went in with my favorite lip liner as well. I used the Half Magic Beauty Sculptitude 2-in-1 liner, and I used the other side. So now I've used this, both of the sides twice, and I just love them. So I used the shade Hot Potato, so that's the one I used to line my lips. And then I just decided to go in with the About Face liquid lipstick again. This is the Paint It lip color in the shade Slumber. So I just wanted to use more of my newer products today. And I am really, really enjoying this formula. So I really, really like this. So I'm really liking the liquid lipstick and the cream blush. I think they're both great. So yeah, this is really comfortable on the lips and it looks great. Super pigmented. It's a really good lippy. So yeah, that's it. Bye, guys. Okay, so hi. So I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm actually going to my friend's barbecue today, so I'm very excited. I'm actually seeing a couple people that I haven't seen in quite a while, so it's going to be a great time. We're just going to drink and have great food and just talk by the pool and play some Uno later, so it's just going to be a great time. I can't wait. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer and the Dewdrop Lip Oil. Of course, I used on my lips, and then I just set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. What else is new? And then for my eyeshadow, I wanted to use the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette today. I actually haven't used it since I got back from California, which was like last month. So I wanted to use it at least once this month. It's still my favorite palette I've tried this year. So I went in with Sweet Pea in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Filigree. And then I used Fig on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I really wanted to go in with the shade Inspire. I wanted to do a green, pinky green look because I'm kind of wearing those similar colors on this shirt. It's just my California Strawberry shirt from Lucky Brand. And then I just wear a pair of shorts because, like, I really don't, like, get dressed up to go to her backyard. I just wear shorts and a t-shirt because I'm usually in the pool most of the time. But I do like wearing something that matches my t-shirt. And then for the Laura Lash line, I went in with the shade Petal, just a little bit, and then I went in with the shade Muse not Muse, Luster on the inner corners, because I always use that one on the inner corners when I use this palette, and that's it. And I love this palette. It just blends out beautifully. It's so easy to use, and it's just a beautiful look every single time I use it. But I miss using it, so I really wanted to whip it out today. So I've used a majority of the shades twice, but I still have to use this shade again, and this shade again. So only 3 shades. So I've used it quite a lot, and I do want to get some use out of those shades again, but I use it when I can, and I just love it every single time I use it. And then I just went in with Blanc Type on the brow bone, of course, and then for my face, I just went in with the Do It Spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer because I love that one for just hanging out outdoors because, again, it always gives my skin like a beautiful glow. And then I just went in with my Urban Decay Hydromaniac tinted moisturizer. This is always the one that I use when I go to her pool just because it lasts the longest. It's very lightweight. It looks great on the skin. And I really feel like it's one of the best sweat-proof tinted moisturizers that I have. Like, this is not really like a tinted moisturizer. It's more like a lightweight foundation, but it is so good. It's one of my holy grail products. I love it so much. And then for my concealer, I just went in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, which is one of my favorites too, in the shade 110 Nude Ivory. This has the perfect amount of coverage, but it's not too heavy on the skin. It's just like very, very light, very creamy, and it just blends out beautifully. It's just always been one of my favorites. I think this is like my 3rd one of this. I love it so much. I've been through it twice before. And then I just set my face with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then I just set my under eyes with the Rare Beauty powder. And then for my bronzer, I went in with the ColourPop Alviva Beach bronzer, of course, because this is always my favorite. I use this like at least 3 times a week, and I am trying to hit pan on it. So, and I actually did order the ColourPop new stick cream bronzer, which I'm very excited to try. I don't know, I was just very intrigued on trying it, so I ordered that. I'm still waiting for that order to come, though. It's taking quite a while. Oh, and then for my, I forgot to say the rest of my eye products. I went in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Aglow on my waterline just to add a little bit more green. And then I just went in with the Cali Ray Come Heller High Water Mascara on the top, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom. I love that mascara, and that one usually tends not to transfer, so hopefully my lashes will be okay today. It's just like, you know, I just did a light coat of it, so hopefully it won't be all over my under eyes later. I've been having that problem lately. I think it's because I've been using the Aquaphor on my eyes, but I forgot to not put it on my eyes today, but I really don't need to be putting it on my eyes anymore because my eyes really aren't like irritated the way that they were before. So, and then for my blush, I just went in with the other shade of my House Labs blushes because I just wanted to use these again. So I just went in with the Color Fuse blush in the shade Hibiscus Haze. And it's such a pretty pink. These are probably my most used blushes of the year. I just love them so much. I can't get enough of them. And then for my highlighter, I went in with an oldie but a goodie. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this like years ago on my channel, but I love this highlighter. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow. I had like a brain fart there. But it's such a stunning like pinky purpley white shade. These were like all the rage on YouTube like a while back, and they're still gorgeous highlights. Like these are literally like $5 or $6. If you want to get a cheap, affordable highlighter, these are still amazing. I still recommend them. Or any highlighters from Milani are gorgeous as well. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. And then for my lips, I just went in with the ColourPop Brow Blush Gel on my brows. I just went in with one of the ColourPop Ultra Glowing Lips. And this one is the shade Cockatoo. I haven't used this one in a while. And it's just a juicy, easy lip product to go in with for today. So I just love it. Super comfortable on the lips. And yeah, that's it. So bye. Okay, so hey there guys. So I wanted to tell you guys about another makeup look for today. So I'm just going over my boyfriend's house. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer and then just used the Dewdrop Lip Oil and set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. What else is new? And then I decided to go in with the Nomad Okavango Safari palette again today. And I'm actually like wanting to use this palette more, so, and I really like the look I came up with today. I think I'm liking this palette more. The more I use it, the more I like it. So I just went in with the shades on the bottom row today for the mattes. I went in with, what is this shade called? Crash of Rhinos in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Rumbling Elephants. And then I used, of course, Honking Hippos on the outer corner. I usually always use this one because it's like the deepest brown in the palette. And then for my lid, I went in with Keystone Termites. It's such a stunning shade. That's one of my favorite shades. It's just a very unassuming, beautiful, like antique-y gold. And then for the inner corners, I wanted to go in a bit with the silver, so I went in with Migrating Zebras. And that's everything I used from this palette today. Pretty simple. And then I just used the Blanc Type by MAC on my brow bone. And then for my waterline, I just went in with my LA Girl brown liner. You guys have seen that like a million times, so I don't really have to whip it out again. And then I used the ColourPop Act Natural mascara on the top lashes, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes as usual. And, oh my god, why can't I get this in here? Jesus. Why is this being so annoying? And then for my face, I went in with my Do It Spray and my Say Star Glow actually the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I used that one. I just used the Say one so much. I thought that's the one I used again. And then for my face, I just went in with the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil in the shade Pale Light. I love this guy. And then I went in with my NYX Bear With Me Concealer in the shade 01 Fair. This one's Pale Light. And then I just set my under eyes with the Rare Beauty powder, and then I set my face with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder, of course. And then for my bronzer, I went in with the Ilia bronzer in the shade Drawn In. I just wanted to use that guy today, so that's what I used. And then for my blush, I went in with just a Melt Cream blush in the shade Lynx. I just wanted to use this one today. And I'm kind of like more on like a cream blush kind of kick right now, so I want to use more of my cream blushes again. And then for my highlight, I used the Ilia Daylight Highlighting Powder in the shade Decades. It might be a little bit warm for this look, but it's such a pretty like light gold, so I wanted to use that. I just felt like using it. I made my face a little bit more warm toned than the eyes, but sometimes I do that and I kind of like how it looks. And then I just set my face with my Do It Spray, and then I just... Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And then I went in with my ColourPop Brow Blush Gel, of course. And then for my lips, I just went in with the Urban Decay Vice Lipstick in the shade Oat Milk, because I wanted like a lighter nude. I didn't want something like too orangey, so I just went in with that one. It's such a pretty color. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys, I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I had to work pretty early at like 11 in the morning, so I didn't have time to film a clip of what I was wearing earlier, and by the time I got home, I just wanted to take my makeup off. So I will show you guys a clip of what my makeup looked like before this. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer and the Dewdrop lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my eyeshadow, I went in with the ColourPop in the Springs palette today. I'm trying to use at least one ColourPop palette per week, because when I stop using ColourPop, I kind of get mad that I haven't used the ColourPop palette in like a few days. So I'm trying to at least use a ColourPop palette once a week, if not twice a week, because they're still my favorite brand. And I know I've introduced a couple new brands to my collection, and I'm still using the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm still using the Nomad palette. So I think I'm have like a pretty good rotation of the palettes that I'm using right now. But like I said, I did want to dip into this palette again before the summer was over, and I did include this in my summer palettes video. So I ended up using it today, and I also used it in California in June, and then I also used it like a month or two before that. So I've actually dipped into this palette like 3 times this year, so that's actually pretty good. So this was my #1 most used palette last summer. It's still one of my favorite summer palettes. So I went in with actually I didn't use that. I used the shade Get Aerial in the crease, because I wanted to use kind of like that reddish color to pick up like the tank top that I was wearing. It was like a striped cropped tan, red, blue, and like aqua stripes on it. So I wanted to use this, and this is, I swear, the mattes in here are so vibrant and pigmented. So I used this one, and then I darkened up the crease more with Palms Away, and then I used Chino on the outer corners. I don't know why I'm so out of breath right now. And then for my lid, I went in with Climb Time, because I really wanted to use this shade today. So it worked, and it looked really pretty, so I just used that. And then I smudged Hole in One on the lower lash line, because I wanted that pop of blue still. And then I used the shade Hot Tub on the inner corners. So I used quite a bit of the shades. I used this whole bottom row, and then these 2 shimmers. So like 6 of the shades. So yeah, really, really love this palette. I'm probably not going to use it again for quite a while now, though, because I've used it quite a bit already, so I want to concentrate on some other palettes, but I'm glad I got to use it today. And then I just used Blanc Type on the brow bone as per usual. And then for my waterline, I went in with Peach Fuzz, which is like my favorite cream gel liner at the current moment, and has been for a while now. And then I used the Gwen Stefani Can't Stop Staring mascara on the top lashes, just because I know that that mascara really doesn't transfer too much. But also today, I finally remembered not to put too much Aquaphor on my eye area, and I think that's why my eyeshadow, my mascara has been transferring more. So I tried not to do that today, because I keep on forgetting to not put it on my eye area until after I take off my makeup at night, not before I put my makeup on. So yeah, anyway, and then I just used my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer to prime my face, and my Do It spray, of course. And then I went in with my Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, because I just really wanted to use this one today in the shade 050 Fair Cool. I still love this foundation. It looks so beautiful throughout most of the day today. And it just looks so beautiful on the skin. I love this foundation. So I just really wanted to use it today. And then for my concealer, I used the Urban Decay Naked Quickie Concealer in the shade 10NN. I still love this concealer too. And I hadn't used it in like a week, so I wanted to use it today. And then I just set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder. And then I set my face with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my bronzer, I didn't really have that much time to search for a bronzer. So I just went in with one of my favorites, which is the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. So I just used that guy again. And then for my blush, I wanted to use one of my Give Me Glow blushes. So this is the Give Me Glow Matte Powder Blush in the shade Havana Cabana. These blushes are so underrated, you guys. They're some of my top favorite formula-wise in my collection. They are so velvety smooth and so pigmented. They are beautiful on the skin, and I love this shade for the summertime. So absolutely love that blush. And then for my highlight, I just went in with the coinciding highlighter for the In the Springs collection, and this is the shade Flip Flop. The last time I used this was when I used the In the Springs palette in California. I used them together because I did bring this with me. Because this is like a whole California themed collection. So I just love this collection. It's one of the best ColourPop came out with last year. And then I just set my face with actually the Dewy Set Spray from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I need to use this up before I get another setting spray. So I'm just going to use this guy. My milk spray is in my bag because I usually bring that to my friend Lisa's house during her barbecue. So, and then I just set my brows with my e.l.f. Wow Brow, and then I just went in with my ColourPop lip liner in the shade Minute Man. And then for my lips, I went in with a Give Me Glow Lippy just because I wanted to use the blush and the lippy together. So this is the Give Me Glow Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Juicy. I used to be on such a kick with this lipstick last year, so I wanted to use it today. I love this lipstick, and it's such a beautiful, like, orangey, juicy color. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm just going to my boyfriend's house, and I have to leave in like a few minutes. It's really, really hot today, so I just wore a tank top and jeans. So I just primed my eyes with my Party Proof primer. It's always the same, so I don't really need to say it again. It's just set it with the Party Fresh powder and the Dewdrop lip oil on my lips. And then I used the Natasha Denona Yucca palette again, and I only used a couple of shades because I wanted to do kind of like more of like a cool tone look. So I just went into this shade Akia in the crease. Then I darkened it up with the shade Flax, and I kind of just put that in the crease and also the outer corners. And I used a tiny, tiny bit of the Swiss Chocolate shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's just one of my single shadows. The shade is Hot Chocolate, not Swiss Chocolate, and I just used Blanc Type on the brow bone. That's the one I use every day. And just to add a little bit more definition, but it kind of just ended up being the Flax shade anyway. So, and then for my lid, I just went in with the shade Elysian all over the lid, and it's such a beautiful like silvery gray. And then for the lower lash line, I just went in with the shade Tipu, and then I used a bit of Kamarabi on the inner corners. And that's everything that I used today. Very simple, but it's very effective because it's such a pigmented palette. And then for my waterline, I just wanted to go in with a white liner, so I just used the LA Girl liner in the shade Arctic White. And then I just used the Essence Lash Primer, and then I just used my Act Natural Mascara from ColourPop on the top lashes, and then the Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes as per usual. I just used whatever was in front of me. I didn't really care that much today. And then I just primed my face with the Do It Spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. And then for my face, I just went in with my Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 in the shade 05 Fairfax. And then I just went in with a new Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. And this one's in the shade 095 Cool Ivory. I finally got it open, so I was able to use it today. And then I just set my under eyes with the Rare Beauty powder. And then I just set my face with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And then I went in with the ColourPop Matte Bronzer, again, in the shade Alviva Beach, because I really wanted to use this again. And I am trying to hit pan on it. So I just went in with that guy. And then for my highlight, I went in with the for my blush, I went in with the Mulan blush in the shade Good Luck Charm. It's just like a soft, peachy, neutral shade, so I just went in with that. And then for my highlight, I wanted to use this guy. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. It's one of their mineralized skin finishes, and it's such a gorgeous highlighter. And I was actually watching Lauren May Beauty's review of the Natasha Denona palette last night, and she used that highlighter with the Natasha Denona palette. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that today too. And then I just sprayed my face with the Do It spray again, and then just set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lips, I just went in with a gloss because it's just too hot to wear lipstick today. So I went in with the ColourPop So Glassy Lip Gloss in the shade Solana. I definitely wear glosses more so in the summertime than any other time of the year. So yeah, that's it. Bye.